How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Shank RP right here. Today we're going to talk about the Bitcoin market. I am still in a trade right now for the challenge. I did take a trade maybe about half an hour ago, so we're just waiting for that trade to play out to make a video about the funding accounts. So we're still doing that. But without further ado, guys, let's dive right into these charts. First, we're actually going to look at the Bitcoin chart right here that we have. And as you remember, guys, we were talking about smart money accumulation happening around this area, as well as once price broke the previous high, that altcoins would start making serious moves to the upside. And while we were anticipating after the halving, but right now we have broken the market highs for Bitcoin. So that is actually amazing. So what we can see now is, let me kind of drag this up a bit, is we have the retail markup phase. So right now retail is going to mark up the price action. We have that coming up. Right now you could actually see prices going up. I'm sure you can hear people where you're going, whether it's the gym or getting groceries, that everyone's talking about Bitcoin at the moment. So now let's continue and just go down some of these metrics we have, these indicators. So right now the USDT dominance, we have broken underneath this area here. Or let me actually just on the weekly time frame. So looks like we could get because we are underneath here. I mean, we are going to still be heading down. We are at this support level, so we could always get a bounce and then head further down. Either way, we're in the distribution phase right now, so we're aiming for areas down here at 2.48%. so that's good as capital's moving into the altcoins and Bitcoin. Now over here we have the Bitcoin dominance chart. So as looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, you can see as the dominance has gone up, altcoins have kind of been getting wrecked. They have been doing well on this Bitcoin push, but altcoin season has not actually started yet. Normally with altcoin season, what we get is something like this, right? We have a reversal here. We had this reversal and then this massive price decline of the Bitcoin dominance, right? So we haven't actually seen that yet. So we actually haven't been experienced the altcoin season as yet. However, what I can say right now, we are on this weekly resistance and we do have this weakness that's being shown here. We do have weakness right here that's being shown. So, there is a high probability that we actually just consolidate and then head further down. And then we start the distribution of the Bitcoin, the markdown phase of the Bitcoin dominance, what people like to call it, the markdown phase. So yeah, we'd be looking for it to get down to this level. So that's a good sign. What we could also do is actually incorporate the RSI here. And you can see that the RSI is showing that there's weakness right now in this consolidation area. So you do really want to consider. So I drew this consolidation area on the 1 hour time frame. The dark green is the daily time frame. Dark green is the weekly time frame. You can see we are consolidating right here on the weekly time frame. Looks like we're gonna get a breakdown for that. So that's really good for that. If we look at the total, so we want to look at the total here, guys. So what I did was, this is a Fibonacci extensions. We draw point A to point B and then extend it out. It had us at a $1.3 trillion market cap, and then we extended it. We surpassed it. So we draw point A to B, similar fashion. So not to the extreme low. So this was the extreme low. So this was the extreme low here. I'm just doing it from move to move. So we had a high, a low, a high, and a higher low here. So then we have a high, higher low here, and then we extend it across. So with that being said, this has us going to a $4.8 trillion market cap, which is just under double of what the market cap is now. And also considering most of that capital has gone into Bitcoin, right? So most of that capital has gone into Bitcoin. So you guys want to consider is that the alt season has not even started, right? It really has not even started. We have a, maybe 12 to, a good 6 to 12 months. What I would like to what I'd like for you guys to consider, as well as every time that the Bitcoin market has topped for the last 3-4 times, we've always had this pi cycle top indicator where every single time the moving averages have crossed, Bitcoin has decreased, right? So over here, it also happened in 2021, and so we do have some time. So right now, we could say we're October of 2022, and then February of 2021, March is when it crossed. So October, November, December, January, February. So we got about like 4 or 5 months if the price keeps moving at such a pace. We got a good 3 to 4 months before this actually does cross, right? So you guys want to consider that, because once the Bitcoin price actually breaks the previous all-time high, which it has, retail and everybody really just starts aping into Bitcoin, aping into altcoins, just going crazy over this stuff, right? Because they think they're gonna miss out. I thought I was gonna miss out, and here we are, right? So you're not gonna miss out. You're not early, you're not late. You just want to get into the right altcoins at the right time. So we're gonna look at one altcoin today. So we're gonna look at this coin here. Setting up, we have a good market structure. It's in a breakout right now, so it's broken above its highs, and it looks like, if it were going to move exponential, this would be one of the coins that you would consider. We do have a lot of news coming out in Q1 and Q2. So we have Metaverse TV station, Metaverse podcast, all these things. So when you guys are looking at altcoins, you really want to look for where the price action has broken above the previous highs, and there's not too much resistance going on. So you can see, yes, this coin looks like, looks like a really risky coin, of course. But if we look at the price action, we are in a price discovery, and normally right before these exponential moves, the price does kind of start shaping up like this. So let's look at just give you guys an example, and you can see it's kind of a similar setup, right? Is the price broke above all the price action and then exponentially moved up. And again, this coin doesn't mean that we're going to be moving up exponentially in the same way. Doesn't mean we're going to be moving up exponentially in the same way, but you want to stack your probabilities and look for projects that, are forming this type of breakout. So it's like coins are having their breakout, so that if people do buy into the coins, there's not any bag sellers that are going to sell and stall the price, right? So we don't have anyone right now that is holding these coins that's going to bag hold, and as the price increases, they're going to sell on us. That's not the case for this. Same with Matic is, once the price broke out, we had a pullback and then continued to head higher, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the exact same type of run. I mean, Matic had an amazing run, so just consider that getting a coin like this is very, well, we're gonna stay optimistic. Actually, let's look at some other coins maybe that were similar. So Chili's is having a good one. So you can see Chili's at the same time once it broke above. Yeah, once we broke above, you can see that boom, price continued just to push, and then from this moment where it had that retest, we had a 20x move, right? So you want to pick coins where you do not have a lot of resistance coming in from, price sellers. So like if we look at XRP, for instance, so we can see XRP a lot of people like this coin. It doesn't really matter to me, but you can see there's a lot of resistance. So as the price goes up, it pulls back because we have sellers here. Price goes up, we have a pullback because we have all these resistance areas, right? So, you want to find the path of least resistance. Look, people are saying it's about to moon. Okay, well, we had this resistance here and support here, so that's why price came back down. We over here, right? So that's why price. So there's a lot of areas where the XRP price needs to break above, and so it's gonna have a lot more tension versus like coins like this, where it's like, hey, there's no price to the left, where there's no price action to the left. So it's like, hey, if it does take and it does keep moving, there's a high probability it's just gonna keep pushing because there's no sellers on the other side waiting to sell, right? So that's something to consider, guys. I mean, we're gonna also look at the S&P 500. So let's look at the S&P 500. And, like I said, guys, we are in these blue skies price discoveries. So the price is going to keep pushing, until we see any type of reversal. From the breakout, we're up 8%, right? So there's no sign of reversal on the weekly time frame. We don't have any bearish engulfing candles. Price action is pretty smooth. Daily time frame, higher highs and higher lows. Everything's really looking good for the S&P 500, guys. There's nothing indicating that it's time for us to sell or anything like that, right? So definitely, yeah, it's looking good. So let's look at the live Bitcoin chart. Just gonna go over here. Yeah, guys. So I mean, hey, we are moving and grooving for Bitcoin, guys. Definitely can have a pullback. However, for us to say that Bitcoin's price is going to reverse, we would need to break below 40,000. And before we even break below 40,000, we are going to get a retest. We would have to get a retest of 58 and breaking below this candle low first before us to even get to this level right here, right? So you can see we had a pullback candle that retested here, and then the price is still shooting up. So for me to think that we're going to, have a move back down here in the bull market is very unlikely. And you can see once we broke above in the last bull market, we had a bit of tension here. Price kind of came down a bit and then pushed up, but it was a smooth ride all the way up, right? So it is a bit faster. I think this bull market's going to be a bit longer because you also have to consider is right here was COVID-19. And if this didn't happen, we would have been at all-time highs sooner, right? So that's something to consider. Where now, if we look at over here on the bull market beforehand, we were more, we got closer to the all-time highs back then. So this bull market is actually a bit more, I guess, powerful, man, because it's still before the halving. The halving is in like 30 days, so it's pretty impressive that we've already broken all-time highs. So I'm very, yeah, man, that's amazing. So that's really it for today, guys. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Tune in more for some Bitcoin news, altcoin news, and I'm gonna keep updating the prop firm challenge. I'm still in a trade today, so once I exit, I will be posting on the entry and the exit, how I analyzed everything, so you guys can also get some more information. All right, please have a wonderful day and tune in next time. Thanks.